Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. And in this video I'm going to be showing you all the secret blocks and items in Minecraft Java Edition. And if you like videos like these with all kinds of secret items and blocks in Minecraft, then please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos on more secret stuff. So I've already done 2 videos on secret blocks and items in Java Edition, but in this video I just wanted to combine everything and show you the updated list for Minecraft 1.16. And I've also done some Bedrock Edition videos, so if you haven't watched those already, please go watch them after this video as well. So today we have these 18 secret blocks and items I have to show you. Some of these have already been seen before in the previous 2 videos, some of them are new. And some of them have been removed from the list because they're not secret anymore or because they just don't exist in the game anymore. So one thing I want to mention before I get into these is that I tried to get the missing texture block, I'll show a picture on the screen right now, into Minecraft 1.16, but so far I haven't gotten a way to actually get it in here. So I tried going into an earlier version, getting the missing texture block and going back into 1.16, but it just reverts it to a normal item in my inventory then. So I'm not sure if it's even possible to get the missing texture block in Minecraft 1.16. If you know a way, please let me know in the comments down below and that would really help me out. So let's just get started with the least secret blocks in these, and that's most definitely these 3 over here, the command blocks. So probably everybody who's played Minecraft has seen these before. These are the command block, the chain command block and the repeating command block, and they all serve a similar purpose. They activate different commands in the game. Here's the list of all the commands we have, and with a press of a button or a lever you can activate them as you wish. And you can actually change the color of the command block in here as well. If you change the chain and click done, it will become this greenish color, and if you put it onto repeat, it will become the repeating command block. So the impulse command block just activates once the command that's in here, for example say subscribe, very original of course. So if you then put a button on this command block, it will activate the command and say subscribe in the chat. And then the chain command block you can add to this impulse command block like this, and you can put stuff in here as well. Let's just do something very generic, 1, 2 and 3. You don't actually need the slash at the start of a command block, that is not necessary. And now if we just activate this first impulse command block over here, it will activate all of these command blocks in a row and in the same tick. So it will be in sequence, but it will all be at the same time. So that's a very nice feature of these chain command blocks. You can also make them conditional and unconditional, which make them work with execute commands. And then there's the repeating command block, which will do as it says, it will repeat. So if you click always active over here, we don't even need to power it, and it will immediately start executing the command that's in there. And that can be very useful for, once again, execute commands and some other commands to test if people are doing certain things. So let's stop that, and there we go. So that's the 3 command blocks. Then there's something that's very similar to the command blocks, is the command block Minecart or Minecart with Command Block. And it does the same thing as the impulse command block. You can't change it to a repeating or chain command block, but it can activate different commands in here. And of course it activates by going over the activator rail. So put a command in here. I always use say to do testing with commands. Push it over and there we go. It said test a couple of times with detector rail and then an activator rail right after it. Then we move over to these 4 items over here. They all have a similar texture and color. So this is the Uncraftable Potion, the Splash Uncraftable Potion, the Lingering Uncraftable Potion and the Uncraftable Tipped Arrow. So these are all pinkish purplish items that have to do with potion effects, and as you can see they all say that they have no effects. And this is done by typing in the following command. All of these commands will be in the description below if you want to get these items yourself as well. They are all available in Minecraft 1.16 for Java Edition. Just type in give yourself potion and you'll get an uncraftable potion like that. Same thing for the splash potion, the lingering potion, and of course also the tipped arrow. And if you try to use one of these potions, well, you'll get the beautiful particle effects, as you can see, beautiful purple particle effects, but of course you won't get an effect applied to the player. Here's the lingering potion, which is actually a bit strange because it seems like it works as a splash potion. There's no lingering effect that happens after that. So normally with a lingering potion this is what happens. You get the initial splash and then you get the lingering effect after that, but that's not what happens with the uncraftable potion. You just get the initial splash but no lingering effect afterwards. Drinking the uncraftable potion also does pretty much nothing, and shooting the uncraftable tipped arrow also does completely nothing. So normally if you fire a tipped arrow with a bow, it will look something like this. and there's a little particle effect that's around the arrow. So that doesn't happen with the Uncraftable Tipped Arrow. Next up is the barrier block over here. It's a beautiful invisible block a lot of map makers use to keep players in a certain area. So you can only see the block when you're holding the barrier in your hand. Once you switch it off your hand, they will slowly start to disappear and go completely invisible. And so in survival mode you will still be able to see these outlines. In adventure mode you won't be able to see these, and so they will be a completely invisible wall in adventure mode. Then moving over to the right side of this board we have a spawner. Of course it's not super secret, because you can of course find spawners in survival Minecraft, but if you try to go into the creative inventory and type in spawner, it's still not in the creative inventory. I'm not sure why. In Bedrock Edition it is in the creative inventory, but in Java Edition it just isn't. And if I try to middle click this block, I can't actually do it. So normally if you middle click you will actually obtain the block, but for the spawner that's not possible. So I have to use the command to get this. Give myself a spawner, then it's in your inventory, the beautiful spawner block. Place it down and it normally defaults to a pig spawner. And of course you can change it to whatever spawner you want using a spawn egg. Let's make a panda spawner. Just right click the spawner with your spawn egg and it turns the mob inside the spawner into the mob you clicked it with. And then pandas should start spawning. Oh, there we go. Pandas are spawning, and that's how the spawner works. If you like this video so far, please make sure to leave a like. I've put a lot of effort into finding all of these blocks and making sure that these are all of the secret blocks and items. If you find any more secret blocks and items yourself, please let me know in the comments down below, and I might make an updated version for Minecraft 1.17 when 1.17 comes out with your blocks included. Then we have the structure block, and along with it also the structure void. So the structure block is useful for copying over builds, and in Java Edition you can actually also copy over builds between different worlds. So you can save a structure here, you can set the initial relative starting position and the structure size, or you can place another structure block somewhere far away, for example all the way over here, and switch it to corner mode, type in the same structure name, go back to the original one and click detect, and it will automatically select the area you've just created with these two structure blocks. But if you want to know more about these structure blocks, I do have a video on how to use them, and there will be a link in the top right hand side of your screen. And so in load mode you can load the structure you saved, and you can do this in all of your different worlds, so you can copy over your builds from one world to the other. This doesn't work in Bedrock Edition, only in Java Edition. And then the structure void. If we place 5 structure voids over here, you can't see them very nicely, but if you go into the structure block and click show invisible blocks on, like this, you will see all the invisible blocks, and where I place the structure voids they become red. So if I want to change this blue one into a red one, I just click on it and that's it. You can't click on these in the air sadly, so you have to go from the ground up. And these blocks that are red right now in the saved build will make it so that in the loaded build those blocks will stay the same. So that might sound a bit complicated, but I can actually show you how this works with a little example. So I've saved that structure over there without the structure voids, and let's now try to load it down here. Go into load mode, save test, and click load. Now it's selecting the area, and now click load again. It will put it over here, and now as you can see all of these blocks were destroyed that were originally here. But now if I have a whole lot of structure voids over here, like this, let's put in some extra in there, and I'll go over here and save this once again, and now go over to a different area. Let's go over here, place the structure block down, go into load mode, click test and load it, load and load. There we go. You will see that those blocks that were red in the original build have now been saved over here, so those will not be destroyed in the loaded area. So there we go, that's the structure block and the structure void. Let's move over to the jigsaw block, which also does something similar. So this is for generating structures in your Minecraft world. So we have a beautiful village over here, and this village was loaded in using these jigsaw blocks. So they aren't really used when playing Minecraft, they're more used when loading in a Minecraft world. So this is the texture for the jigsaw block. It's a very beautiful texture and you can use it for a lot of things. And it also has a little interface over here where you can summon in different structures. And there's also just lots of different options here. And so I'm actually not really sure if you can activate these jigsaw blocks within this UI. So I tried this, but it just doesn't work. So sadly the jigsaw block is for me still a mystery. If any of you know how to use them, let me know in the comments down below and I will try that out in a future video. Look at these beautiful pandas here. Let's break the spawner so no more spawn. So we have just 5 more items left over here. First of all, let's go over this one, because this is just a map, right? That's not very secret. I mean, a map just exists in your inventory. There it is, an empty map, and I can activate it and it creates a beautiful map. But there's something different about this map, and you might already notice it. So when I'm looking at this, where is my cursor? That's a really big question, and when I try to move around, not more of the map is being discovered. It's a very strange map. So this is actually called the filled map. You can get it like this, filled map, and here it is, the filled map. So it won't actually fill any more of this map when you fly around. There's no cursor on it, and so it's very strange. This is the only thing you will see when you get this map. Of course, there's a different part of the terrain that will generate for you, but it's just a very strange item that's in the game, and I don't know why it is. Then, similar to this filled map, we have this enchanted book and this written book. So this enchanted book, which beautiful enchantments are on this book? Let's see. Oh, yeah, no enchantments at all. So this is literally just called an enchanted book, and of course you can add your own enchantments yourself as well, but this is just the special one, I think. Slash give me enchanted book, and there it is. You just get an enchanted book without any enchantments on it. Now of course I can already hear you guys starting to type your comments. What happens when you actually apply this enchanted book? So let's see. Let's put a netherite sword. Let's put an enchanted book on, and yes, you can't even add it to any item at all. So nothing happens there, sadly. It would be nice if this would just add like the glowing enchanted tint to your item and no enchantments, but sadly it doesn't do that. So we just have the enchanted book. And then, as I said, similarly we also have the written book. And so let's see if there's also a beautiful story in this book, and there is, yes. It says invalid book tag in red, actually, which is nice. So that's all that it says. There's no pages you can turn or anything, and you might have expected how you get this book just by doing this. Give yourself a written book. So not writable book, but written book. There we go, same thing. Then just 2 items left. First of all, we have the knowledge book over here. Another book, yes, 3 books in the secret blocks and items video. That's very intellectual. So this is the book you see in the crafting table, and just with any crafting or something similar. So when you click on it, you will see all the recipes you've obtained during your Minecraft playthrough. And of course you can use this to find the different crafting recipes. And there's actually something very interesting you can do with this knowledge book, and that's that you can give the player different recipes with it. So the normal enchantment to get this knowledge book is this one over here, but you can actually add recipes to this. So let's put this away, empty my inventory, here we go. For example, this command, this knowledge book can give me the recipes beacon and netherite block. So here it is. It has the recipes beacon and netherite block. You can't actually see it on here, sadly. That would also be nice. But if we have this in our hand now and right click, there we go. We get the beacon recipe, and we also get the netherite block recipe. So this could be useful for map making if you want to show a item up here in the right hand side of your screen, or for different recipes you have in your custom map. And so that would be nice if you could use the knowledge book for that, of course. And then we just have 1 item left, and that's this one, just a enchanted stick. No, this is the debug stick. So this is a tool developers can use, and of course we can use it as well because it is in the game. And of course you can get it by typing in give debug stick like this. There we get another one, and with this tool you can actually change the block values. For example, we have a chest over here. We can change which way it's facing, and we can also change if it's waterlogged or not. And we can make it a double type, for example, and make a very strange chest. So you can do this by pressing shift and right clicking. This will change, for example, from a single to a double chest, and if you left click, it changes the type of thing you're changing. Now it's changing which way it's facing, and now if we right click again, it will change the way it's facing. So there we go, that's how to do that. You can do this with a whole bunch of blocks. We can make this grass snowy if you wanted to, and if it has no properties, for example this grass over here has no properties, it will say that. Rails do have a lot of properties, of course. Here you can see all the different types of things you can do with them, and they might pop off if they're next to other rails. And you can actually also change command blocks from the outside with this, which is a bit strange, but that's also possible if you wanted to do that. So you can't change the data values of mobs with this. If you try to hit them, well, they will just get hit like that. And I have a video explaining even more stuff about the debug stick if you want to watch that. Once again, link top right hand side of your screen. But there we go, those were all the secret blocks and items in Minecraft Java Edition. If I missed any, please let me know in the comments down below, and I will try to add it in a 1.17 updated version. And if you like this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future secret items, blocks, and all other kinds of Minecraft content. But there we go. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope to see you in the next one. So until then, bye bye.